Hey friends, please follow along as I read our history article for today. Registering to vote in the U.S. elections. In order to vote in the U.S. elections, you first need to register. Only one state, North Dakota, doesn't require voter registration. Each state sets its own election rules. It is important to learn your own state's procedures. Who cannot vote? Not everyone has the right to vote. Non-citizens are not allowed to vote. In addition, some people who have been convicted of crimes cannot vote. What is voter registration? Voter registration is a way of making sure everyone who votes is allowed to do so. It also ensures that everyone votes in the correct location and only votes once. Why is registering to vote important? When you register to vote, the election office looks at your address. Your address determines which voting district you will vote in. Voting in the right place is important because who you get to vote for depends on where you live. For example, if you live on one street, you may have one set of candidates for city council. If you live the next block over, you may be in a different council ward and be voting for completely different people. Usually, the people in the voting district will go to vote in the same location. Most voting districts are fairly small. Who can register to vote? To register in any state, you need to be a U.S. citizen living in that state. You must be 18 or older by the time of the next election. Where can you register to vote? Voter registration application forms can be found in a number of places. These include motor vehicle offices, libraries, and public schools. You can also register to vote by mail. You can call your local election office and ask them to send you a voter registration application in the mail. Just fill it out and send it back. Election offices are usually listed in the phone book in the Government Pages section. You will receive a card from the election office. It shows that you are registered. Keep this voter registration card in a safe place. It's important, especially when elections are coming up. The political parties set up voter registration stations in public places. They may try to get you to register as a member of their political party. However, you do not have to do so in order to register. What information will you have to provide? Voter registration applications forms will ask for your name, address, and date of birth. You also have to give either your driver's license number or the last 4 digits of your social security number. If you don't have either of those things, the state will give you a voter identification number. These numbers will help the state keep track of voters. If you wish to do so, you can register as a member of any political party, including Republican, Democrat, Green, or Libertarian. You can also choose to register as independent or no party. Different rules can apply depending on whether the election is a primary election or a general election. A primary is a contest between members of the same party. Its winner goes on to represent the party in the general election. In some states, if you don't select a party when you register, you will not be allowed to vote in that party's primary. However, you can vote in the general election. At that point, you can vote for a candidate of any party. When should you register? In most states, you need to register at least 30 days before Election Day. In Connecticut, you can register up until 14 days before an election. In Alabama, the deadline is 10 days before an election. Ohio, Maine, Minnesota, New Hampshire, Wisconsin, and Wyoming all have the same day registration. You can go to the polling place, register, and vote at the same time. In North Dakota, you can vote without registering. This is our reading for today. Bye, friends.